Hey everybody! Tanya from Shooting Star SVG back, and today we're going to go over lesson 8 of our passive income bootcamp. And today we're going to talk about platforms to sell your digital files, and I'm going to go through several different websites that you can use once you get yourself going, as well as what owning your own website looks like. So before I get going, if you haven't already, please click like and subscribe below. That way you can stay up to date on all of these lessons. But not only that, you will get updated every time I post a new video to YouTube on different tips and techniques to increase your passive income. I'm super hyper focused on helping people grow this year, and I want to help you guys out. So please click the like and subscribe below. That would make me very happy, and you're going to help me reach my goal every time you click that like and subscribe, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. We're going to go through several different platforms. I'm going to try to do those as high level as possible. I'm going to go through some of the different sections and pros and cons, and then we're going to go from there. So most people start with Etsy. So I'm going to get going with Etsy. Etsy is pretty much started off as like a handmade craft website, and then has since evolved into digital downloads and things of that nature. So here's my shop, Shooting Star SVG. You can see I just say high quality cut files for your crafting needs. I've been selling since the tail end of 2018 and have made over 2,000 sales, which to me is super cool. I do this about maybe 5 to 10 hours a week. It's a hobby for me. I don't take it ridiculously seriously like some people. I do have a full-time job on top of this, so this is just a little bit of side hustle to help me pay for the bills because I am a single mom who does not receive child support. My kids are 4, 3, and 18 months at the time of this video. So hoping next year this will be easily doubled. So we'll see where I'm at the end of 2020 as I continue to grow. So Etsy's a nice platform to get going. You do have some fees associated with that. We talked about that in the last video with pricing files and taking that into consideration. So just keep that in mind. You basically throw anything up here that you want, and you don't need any sort of fancy approval to get on Etsy. You just kind of open your shop and go. You do want to be careful though, because if you are designing files the wrong way, people can file cases against you. That can affect your ODR, which I have, or order dissatisfaction rating, which I have made a blog post on and will reference in this video. And you could get shut down. So all the work that you've created to get this thing going can be for naught if you don't follow the rules. Okay. So that's Etsy. You don't have to just do SVGs. You could sell anything that your heart desires on here. And again, you don't need any type of approval for that. You can just kind of open your shop and go. And I recommend that if you're thinking about it, just do it, build it. And then once you get it to a certain level, it's just going to kind of be on autopilot from there. Okay. I'm going to go through the website last, so I'm going to drag that down to the end. The next one that I started with was Design Bundles. I heard a lot of good things about them, and I started purchasing files from Design Bundles and eventually applied for a shop. I don't do a lot of promotion of my shop, but you can see this month I made about $300, and that's $300 after I've went through a $1 deal last month, and also supporting my font addiction and some Photoshop action addiction. Then I usually take my profits from Design Bundles and pump that back into the business. So it's kind of just like a little bit of extra side for me on top of Etsy. And the cool thing about Design Bundles is there's a ton of different things that you can get into here. You can get into different types of graphics and tools and elements like mockups and web elements, infographics, add-ons. Generally, these add-ons are for things like Procreate and Photoshop that you can use, like brushes and things of that nature. So if that's something that you like to do, you can do that. There's different types of templates for book covers, brochures, business cards, packaging and branding, presentation templates resume templates, like all these different things in the template section. So if that's your niche, it'd be cool to apply. And they're always looking for other designers that are providing things like this, because you can see that there's only 1,500 resume templates. So if you have some really good resume templates, or you're a killer at creating these, like, go ahead and list these up here. They're very useful and people are always looking for them. And also you can add your own photos up here, and that generally revolves around like stock photography and things of that nature. So if you like taking pictures and you want to provide your pictures for people to use, you can post them up on a website like this and make some passive income off of them, which is really cool. And then, of course, crafters, which is what most of us are here for. You can look into 3D printing and card making, digital planners, embroidery, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on, right? So keep that in mind when you're looking for an additional platform, if it's a good fit for you, if it has the right categories and sections for you. One downfall to Etsy is it doesn't necessarily have things that we can utilize as digital download sellers for SVGs, but they have been improving on that. Design bundles, that people are coming to design bundles more than likely looking for what you're selling. It's more of a niche website. You do get 50% or 75% commission if it is a click through from their website on your price, or you get 50% if it's clicked through an affiliate link, because the affiliate will get that other 25%. But you can make a good amount of income from it depending on what you have up here. Now, the sister site to design bundles is font bundles. So if you're a font creator, you can also come in here and sell and provide your fonts. So that's really cool. And they have all different types of categories for fonts here. And it's the same base structure as far as what you can make commission wise. Okay. Then there is the Hungry JPEG, and they sell different bundles. They have dollar deals and freebies. They have all of these different sections under crafters, and usually this is for SVG files or clip art. They also have fonts, they also have graphics, and they also have templates similar to design bundles. I am not entirely sure what their commission rate is, but I can click on open a store here, and it looks like you earn 70% of every sale you make, so that's desirable. They take 30%, and when people come to the Hungry JPEG, again, they're specifically going there looking for a particular item, whereas on Etsy, they may not be looking for your SVGs or your patterns or whatever it may be. So keep that in mind when you're looking for the Hungry JPEG. I will note that each site has their own license terms, so keep those in mind when you're looking. Some I know have pulled away from certain websites, which I will not mention because they do not agree with their license terms, and they have since closed their shops. So just make sure you do your research. Creative Market is more for, I would say, fonts and mock-ups. You have different types of stock photography and graphics, like digital papers and patterns, different type of templates like presentations and cards. You have different websites, and you have email templates here, which are, really cool, and social media templates. And I buy a lot of my base social media kits from here, and some other things. And you have web themes, you have fonts, different add-ons for Illustrator and Photoshop and Procreate and InDesign, and you have Lightroom presets, and there's just like a ton of stuff. And then they also have like 3D things that you can buy as well for like your 3D printers and whatnot. So a little bit of a different flavor, but again, when people come here, like, they are looking for specific items. So if you fall into one of these niches, then, you can look into selling on Creative Market. So when you go through some of their perks, you can set your own prices, and you will get, let's see if they talk about it. I don't know if they say what your commission is. It doesn't look like it. But I do know they don't charge you per listing. So I can backtrack and say the Hungry JPEG does not charge per listing, and neither does Design Bundles or Font Bundles, whereas Etsy does. So Fontsy is mostly geared towards SVGs, fonts, embroidery files, when you come here, and they are actually sponsored for the most part by Silhouette. They have a lot of bundles. I know they're currently working on revamping their website, so they are not accepting new applications right now. But if you click on open a shop, they do have a review form. And again, like I said, they're not accepting new people right now because they're working on a revamp. But people usually go to So Fontsy because they own a Silhouette machine, and there's a lot of promo cards that come in with their Silhouette machine purchases or other Silhouette accessories. And so a lot of people will come here based off of that. And then again, it's kind of like word of mouth thing. Like people know that So Fontsy is good for these things. So that's another place that you can look at. And then Creative Fabrica is another one that is mentioned. I did not drop this one on my blog post, but I wanted to highlight it. Again, they do have different graphics, and again, for crafts, if you click on craft designs, they do have a bunch of different SVGs on here. I don't have a shop on here. I don't know if I plan on creating one or not, but you know, you can apply. You get 75% on each sale. If you're referring the sale, if they refer the sale, it's 50%. So it's kind of similar to Design Bundles. And you will earn revenue by listing prices or by listing pieces, and you can price how you want. Okay. So, and again, each one has their own different license types. So I'm not going to really get into that. So those are several different places that you can sell your files, and you can also go as far as creating your own website, which I've done. I provide a lot of different resources on mine. I use this as the vessel for my blog. I have an area for free SVG files where I add free SVGs every now and again for 100% off the cost that may be provided in some of my other shops. And I have mine all broken down into different holidays and sections, and you can go on my site and see when something new has been posted based off of this little new icon here. And the nice thing about this is I don't have to pay per listing. I mean, I'm driving my own traffic, of course, but it feels free to not have all of my eggs in one basket. And if for some reason the bottom falls out on Etsy and Design Bundles, then I can always come back to my website. And it just goes to show you that you can really create anything, and if you're driving enough traffic to your website, you can make good sales. I also provide different types of clothing and physical products on here that have my designs on them. I have services and obviously links to my social media. So it's kind of like one area where I can list everything and anything that I want, and if people are specifically looking for me, they're more than likely going to land on my website. And I have been, and I will be publishing more brushstrokes soon, and this is a place where I don't really have to worry about download limits and listing fees and everything like that. So it really is just, for me, a better avenue to sell my files, and it's simple. If you need help setting up your website, let me know. This is powered through Shopify. I'm a big fan of Shopify, although WordPress is a close second. I've done e-commerce websites through WordPress with WooCommerce, and it's been very beneficial. So for lesson 8, I just wanted to go through these different places that you can sell your work once you get a good portfolio built up, because most of the ones that you have to get approved for, they do ask for a portfolio. And while you can provide them a link to somewhere like Dribbble or maybe your website or wherever else that may be, they do like to see Etsy portfolios or other portfolios from other selling platforms, because it just kind of shows that you've built your reputation up, you provide good quality work, and you're not, breaking the rules, so to speak. So as you grow, look into different places that you can sell your files. Aside from that, again, if you haven't already, please click like and subscribe below. That way you can stay up to date with all the new videos I post to help you boost your passive income. And everybody have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll catch y'all later.